Hello, what's up? Show Bob's and Vagine.
What? Already?
Not so fast, boys. Show yourself, fag. John, you my bussy. What the fuck is that? The only podcast in Canada, that's right. It's also the gayest podcast in Canada. And the most retarded. Scientifically proven. Give me a second here. Where's our friendly depressed cuck? I'm such a fucking idiot. I can't believe that shit. You didn't hear a word of that, did you? I was talking for like 5 fucking minutes. Not a word of it. Jesus Christ. Well, you guys can hear me now, can't you? Yes, yes. The only podcast in Canada. Not only the only podcast, also the gayest and the most retarded. Scientifically proven. You won't get a gayer podcast than this one. Here we go. Another episode of this terrible shit. What an awful podcast this is. Awful filth. Why do you guys tune into this shit? Ever since you turned on the cam. Still muted, John. Nice try, asshole. Yes, but what did you say? I said welcome to the See Me After Class podcast, another episode. Got a few things to talk about. Some cool stuff to do. Some people I know who are in this stream right now want me to do some like create a few old tracks in FL Studio, music tracks. People want me to play N64, which I actually have hooked up. So my plan is a little later to start an Ocarina of Time stream. And I might go until really fucking late on that one cuz I don't really have anything to be doing tonight besides working on Arby and the Chief, of course. And I've got a wedding to edit. But I figured I might just play N64. John is growing dreads under that hat. Bite the... oh, I'm not biting the foam. The foam. Nope. I fooled you. Gross. Anything that isn't Halo, you queer. Oh, yeah. I must be a faggot. What a faggot! He plays Nintendo 64. John, when will you be a guest on the Alex Jones show? Did you guys see him melt down over Ben Shapiro? Holy fuck, that was funny. So last stream I went over when he melted down over Joe Rogan. Because like Joe Rogan had Alex Jones on his podcast for his 9/11 episode, and he's talking about interdimensional pedophile vampires and shit. And then after that, Joe found out that Alex was like a Sandy Hook shooting denier, and then he's like, oh fuck, I didn't know that. And so he keeps like saying, yeah, I love Alex Jones, but he's crazy. And then Alex Jones got really mad about it and melted down on his own InfoWars show. He did the same thing with Ben Shapiro, and it's really fucking funny. Anyway, that was pretty cool. Sorry, super chats are coming in already. I haven't missed them. All right, calm the fuck down. They all get pooled in a place on the YouTube homepage. It's just a matter of when I get to them. Because sometimes I'd like to actually think a thought through in my head. You know? You ever try El Dorito? Is that the multiplayer one or SPV? Is that SPV? I don't know. John, you look good in a suit, man. Yeah, I clean up nicely, don't I? Except when I'm going for the rancid hobo look, like I'm doing right now. But, yeah, usually I'm very unhappy with rented suits, but that one looked pretty good on me. So I just did a wedding. I was the best. No, I was I was one of the groomsmen. I was the videographer, and I was also the master of ceremonies. So basically just had a few jokes in the beginning and introduced people one by one. That was pretty fun. Stressful though, but that was cool. Yeah, wedding was cool. Yeah. Answer super chats now. He looks like Kurt Cocaine. He looks like a drug addict that I met on the street once. At the moment. Well, is it just the hat? I don't want to take off the hat. Go ahead, call me a rancid hobo. Reversed hairline. John, do you have the afro from the cocaine guy still? I think it's at my mom's house. In the basement, in a box somewhere. Did you watch Incredibles 2? Yeah, I did. That was pretty sweet. Hey, John, just tuned in. How you been? Good. What do I want to talk about? Let me just do this super chat here quickly. Cash, don't tell anyone, but John secretly made the entirety of Arby and the Chief by slamming his penis on a keyboard repeatedly. Thanks, Cash. I don't know where you got my BTS footage from, but that's under lock and key. I can't share my secrets. I can't share my secret formula. Can't let it get out. Gotta protect my brand. John is a boomer. What are you talking about? You look like a freaking hobo. Thank you. How's the coke habit? Great. Looks wise, you peeked at that old picture of you in the striped shirt with the crazy hair. Okay, this sucks. Let me move on to what I wrote here. Some things I want to talk about. The thing with Machinima. So you guys are all, I mean, you know the last update that I said on this. So over the past month, how long's it been since this was a thing? Since Machinima decided to take down all their old videos? Like at least a month? Maybe 2 months? Over the course of my time with Machinima, it was like 5 years I spent with them. They decided to pull out of like a total of 160 something videos that I made for them across the span of 5 years. They decided to pull down about 100 of them, and they haven't been made available since. When I first asked what the problem was, they said they were doing a quote-unquote house cleaning, and my show and a bunch of other shows of ex-Machinima employees were all pretty much pulled down at once, and they're being manually screened for content. And that was like however long ago. Since then, I've exchanged a multitude of emails with them asking what the fuck's going on, but I still don't know anything. The only thing they shared with me was that my videos had a bunch of copyright claims on them, so they couldn't like monetize them. But that shouldn't affect the availability. I think they chose to make each video unavailable one by one. It had nothing to do with the copyright thing. That's another issue. But for some reason, they're like, okay, here's the copyright claims, as if that was the end-all, be-all of the situation. It's like, no, this is about you manually screening content because you all of a sudden find my show inappropriate, even though it wasn't a problem when you were making money off it. Now it's a problem because I don't work for you anymore, and you've got a new partnership with Warner Brothers, and you're just purging yourself of everything that you made pre-20. I don't know what the range is, but like if you look at their analytics data on YouTube, they have like negative 1 billion views since they started pulling shit. So like the whole thing's fucking stupid, and they're being so mysterious about it for fuck knows what reason. I don't get it. And I don't see the need for it. And I haven't been too pleasant in my recent emails, but I was perfectly willing to be polite at the start. Like, not over Twitter initially, because it's like, what the fuck? But then I sent my initial email to them saying, hey, it was more like just, hey, what's the problem? Like, you can't do this, so let's fucking work something out. Like, can I re-upload the episodes or no? Like, they won't tell me. I don't know what one way or the other. It's like, if they want to keep it, fine. But, like, make it available, or at least unlisted. So, if you don't want any part of the show, you want to disassociate yourself from it, then fine. And you can keep it on your channel and just make it unlisted, so nobody knows that you have it. But the people who want to see it, my fans, can still access the links through my website. I could make that happen if you were just to make them unlisted instead of private. But they insist on making them private because they just don't want anyone to see the show. And so the whole thing's fucking frustrating. And so I just sent an email to Frank O'Connor with 343 Industries, and we'll see what he does. Because he chimed in at some point. He was like, I didn't know the show was pulled. Have him contact me. And so I PM'd him over Xbox. And then he gave me his email so I could elaborate more. So I just outlined the issue for him. I said, it's been weeks. Like, they keep coming at me with the same bullshit answer. This matter is pending with our legal team. And like, even though the last email I sent them was, let me guess, this is still pending with your legal team? And they literally said that to me again without a hint of irony. Just, yes, this is pending with our legal team. It's like, oh, well, that sounds like really fucking fancy legal language, so I better just say okay and trust that you know what you're doing. Even though, like, I haven't been given any fucking details. I don't have a time frame. I don't know what progress they've made. I don't know what they're doing to quote-unquote clean my videos. Maybe they're bleeping them. Maybe they're cutting scenes out. Maybe they're cutting certain words out. I have no ETA. I don't know what progress they've made. I mean, last I heard they sent me a spreadsheet with all my videos the ones that were made unavailable for screening, and the amount that have been cleaned so far. And when they sent me the spreadsheet, the amount of videos they had quote unquote cleaned was 46 or so out of 160 something. So I haven't received any figure since that. I don't know what progress they've made. They won't tell me a fucking thing. And I'm talking to other people over Twitter as well, other Machinima directors, and Machinima's not telling them a fucking thing either. They're being so, like, secretive, and I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if it's either political correctness or just baffling negligence, where they're trying to reinvent themselves as a brand, as a company, and they're just literally completely absent-mindedly purging themselves of all their old content in an effort to start fresh. And it's like, you think nobody would have had a problem with this? Are you fucking kidding me? The amount of hours I spent on that show, and then Machinima's just going to come along and be like, oh, nobody can watch your show anymore, sorry. It's like, fuck. I know I was under contract, but I'm kind of trying to leave a legacy here like every other fucking filmmaker in the world. You don't see filmmakers or studios erasing the films of filmmakers after X amount of time. It's like, what's the point of trying to make something that stands the test of time if after X amount of time it goes away? Whole thing is fucking stupid. So I emailed Frankie. I'll see what he comes back with. He told me he's working on it, so they might tell him something that they didn't tell me, and then maybe I can get an inkling as to how to resolve this matter. I mean, I'm really not asking for much. I just want the show seen. That's it. I don't even care about fucking monetizing it. I don't care if they monetize every episode. If they continue to do that, that's fine. They were doing that already. At least I thought they were. They can keep doing that. Just don't make it unavailable. That's fucking bullshit. Anyway, that's what's going on with Machinima. So, still waiting to hear back. Did I miss some super chats? Hang on. Super chats. Eric Maitland says Trev's Trahan is gay. Gay. Who the fuck is that? Thank you, Eric. Trent's prolapsed starfish. Nice. Did you see the new game dungeon? No, I haven't kept up. I've been too fucking busy, dude. I just finished editing my first wedding. And I just videographed and hosted the last one. And so I have a whole new thing of footage. And so I've been working on that. And I've been working on Arby and the Chief, the script. And, yeah. So I haven't had time to really keep up with shows and shit. Thanks, Trent. Thank you, Trent's prolapsed starfish. Eric, another from Eric. John, take one more sip for me. Extra hydration for you. An extra long one. The See Me After Class podcast. Your number one source for the longest fucking sips of beer you've ever heard. Thank you, Eric, for your super chat. Thank you all you guys. Admiral Icarus says Machinima didn't do anything wrong. Your videos are all extremely sexist and not PC enough for this fragile generation, you Nazi. Oh. Sorry. I should get a Nazi uniform. Just sit here in an SS outfit. And then the Wall Street Journal would do a hit piece on me. That'd be pretty funny. And I hate women. Women are stupid and weak. And they should all be in kitchens making sandwiches. For me. A man. Because men are way better than women. Women are so stupid. Like I said, I don't hate women. I just want them put into camps and killed. I don't think you can really call that misogynism. But thank you, Admiral Icarus. Cash says take Machinima to court and expand their legal ass. I can't afford a court case. That shit's fucking expensive. I think this can come to a reasonable solution if they would just communicate with me. I don't know what the fuck it is they're doing. They're so fucking unprofessional. It's unreal. Lone Star says, it's been a while since you streamed, cuck. What have you been up to? Oh, well, I just said. Wedding, writing, all that shit. Thank you, Lone Star. GM112 says, Pingas. Thanks, dude. I'm not quite sure what that means, but thanks. I appreciate your super chats. Jojo97 says, have a few cuck bucks, Jono. Glad things are going relatively well. Yeah, they're going fine. Definitely going fine. Especially thanks to you guys and your support. I appreciate it. This is all going to my studio. All these super chats. Which I'm almost done. I got a lot of equipment, which has really helped me out. And I plan to get more. So that's what this will all be going to. Thank you. I got an HDMI, RCA to HDMI converter specifically so I could do an N64 stream. And we're doing that tonight. So later tonight I'll be playing Ocarina of Time. And that's thanks to you guys that I got an adapter. It's really fucking cool. So thanks for that. Ginger Dude 18 says, John, music on It's a Wonderful Live 40 seconds in. Oh, which episode? The first one? You're asking what the title of the song is? I don't know. Tell me what episode it is. Ginger Dude 18. I'll try and I'll look for your chat in the thing. If you tell me what episode it is, I'll look at it. The mountain is probably in the fucking credits anyway. God, nobody looks at those fucking things. In fact, I know it must be in the credits, seriously, because I remember writing the credits for those episodes. I always write the music tracks. Why don't you just fucking look at that for once? Instead of just clicking the X button in the top right corner as soon as a fucking video is finished. Doesn't anyone watch the credits for anything? Whatever. The Mountain Dude says, I heard you slurp chunky semen through a crazy straw. Well, not just a crazy straw. For instance, I like to suck it through dudes' dicks. Careful, I might sneak up on you and drink all your semen. Suck it straight out of your ball sack. You'll never see me coming. Did you just suck out all my semen? Yes. Your semen sustains me. I remember someone left a comment once on one of my gaming streams. It was Resident Evil 5. And he's just like, what the fuck? This isn't funny. This is just 5 minutes of jokes about you drinking semen. I'm like, yep. Yeah. Where else are you going to get that? See Me After Class podcast, everybody. The #1 and only podcast in Canada. Where the semen jokes can't stop, won't stop, and never will. Never stop, never stopping. Fabian Martinez, release the emails, John. What are you hiding? I went over the emails in the other streams. Just go watch them if you want to hear the emails. Thank you, Jesse, for your super chat there. Trent's Prolapse Starfish, again, says, crack now John CJG sips quality content. Cash says, bite the foam. No! No! You can't fucking make me. Alright, we're caught up on super chats. Thank you, everybody, for all that. It'll go to good use. Gonna go to my studio. I've already got a room cleared out. I got a carpet laid down. Just need to get a few things. I mean, I've been busy with the wedding stuff, but once I can focus on the room, I gotta get a table. Couple chairs, couple podcast arms, shock mounts, and what do you call it? A mixer. One of those Scarlet things, so I can plug a couple XLR cables into that. So that'll be fucking cool. Is this lagging for people? Why is the stream health constantly fucking red? I feel like YouTube streaming, I'm playing Resident Evil where I'm really low on health and you're just constantly flashing danger. That's how I feel watching my fucking YouTube stream, and it just makes me anxious and throws me off. Somebody have a green herb, please, for my YouTube stream? I need a first aid spray. I hate this shit. Oh, now it's green again. What a piece of shit. Can we get a copy strike? Can we copy strike John? Oh my god, can we copy strike him? Just like PewDiePie. One after another. I'll copy strike you, yeah! What else do I want to talk about? Oh. You guys want to hear about this asshole photographer that was at one of the weddings I was at, that I was trying to shoot, who sucked and pissed off the family and ruined a bunch of my shots? Thought that's pretty funny. John, you are as fat as an American. I think I look good. Don't fat shame me. I'll have you thrown in prison. John is so sad. Can we hit 5,000 strikes? 5,000 copy strikes? I can't handle that. Job, once the studio's done, what will super chats go to? Oh, well, probably my crippling heroin habit. And cocaine. John, did you watch the Resident Evil 2 remake demo footage? Yes, I did. Looks fucking awesome. That's definitely, that's high on my list. I gotta play that shit. It looks awesome. Okay, yeah, you guys want to hear about the wedding? So, the wedding went pretty good. There's a lot of running around. It was on like a resort. So, there's a bunch of different locations for different things. Anyway, this fucking photographer. He's like this big egg-shaped dude. Who's like, he's been working in photography for 30 years or something. And so, of course, he's got like a big fucking head now. And he thinks like the world fucking revolves around his ass. Which, gravitationally, that's probably accurate. But he showed up late for the ceremony to start off with. So the ceremony started at a lakeside at 2 p.m. I was there at 1:30, probably actually 1:15, setting up my cameras and my audio recorders to get everybody coming in. So I was setting up pretty early. And then at 2 p.m. is when the ceremony started. And at the same time, at 2 p.m., they found his ass in the fucking restaurant eating lunch. And some dude happened to catch him in there. And he was just like, dude, what are you doing? The ceremony's like on. You should be taking pictures. And he must have had like a mouthful of sandwich. Oh shit, I'll be right there. You've been doing this for 30 years, dude. What are you doing? Like, you think 2 o'clock ceremony starts at 2? You think that means show up at 2:15? That doesn't even mean show up at 2. It means show up early for the fucking thing. So you can take pictures of people sitting down and shit and just be prepared, you know? So photographer comes in, waddles around. You ever see Weeble and Bob on Newgrounds? He kind of has that sway to his body. Just one shifting weight, one foot to the other. And then he just plops himself down in front of somebody, even if it's me, and I'm recording. He doesn't give a shit. Takes his camera out. He's just just looks like such a lack of effort in his photography taking. Like, he doesn't really care about his shot. He's just like, that'll do. Click. And I had 2 cameras on tripods. One of them fucked up. Well, I fucked up. I couldn't get it working. I couldn't get it recording anyway. And but I had coverage from one side, and I had my handheld, and I was running around getting different angles. And not only does this guy like stand right in front of my tripod, my fixed shot on the side, like I have a shot of him walking right into my shot, and he walks right up to the lens. He stops, and he's blocking the groom and all the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, and I just see his fat face, and he's like all red and wheezing, like and then he looks down at his DSLR in his hands, and he's looking at his screen, and he's tilting it against the sunlight. And then I'm watching this footage. It's just a close shot, a medium shot of him. He reaches into his pocket for a rag and starts cleaning off his screen and like breathing on it, wiping it. And he's really taking his time. It's almost deliberate. Like, he saw my tripod was there, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. And then decides to do all this bullshit right in front of my lens. While the groom is waiting for the bride to walk across the field towards him. It's like, I want to get his reaction. What the fuck are you doing? Standing in front of my camera. You know it's there. Don't tell me you didn't see my fucking camera and tripod. It's so fucking starkly obviously there. You know? That wasn't the only fucking shot he ruined. I had on I had a handheld shot, right? I had my camcorder, the same one I shoot Arby and the Chief with. I had it fixed onto a stabilizer, like a little rig thing that I press against one of my shoulders. It's got 2 handles on it. And so I run into the middle of the aisle between like the 2 halves of the audience, and I've got a low angle pointed up at the bride and groom and the minister, and I'm sitting there watching the shot, and he fucking waddles into the frame, this photographer, this fucking guy, and you see the first thing I see is his fanny pack just jiggling off his gut like this, up and down, just shaking like that. And then he turns around,
and his giant fat fucking ass is literally center frame. Like, it's perfectly framed in the boundaries. His giant, the two pocketed halves of his giant ass and his khakis. I'm sitting there. There's like 2 seconds of disbelief where I'm just staring at my screen on the back of my camera going, are you fucking serious? Is he really doing this right now? He knows I'm fucking here, but he's just going to waddle in, turn around. I think he might have had his hands on his hips too when he did that. So he stands, hands on hips, goes, looks around. It's like, well, what's my next photograph going to be? Because I'm such a fucking artist. And no one else here matters. Videography, who gives a shit? I'm a photography, that's real art. Motion pictures, get the fuck out of here. Like, he doesn't care about anyone else doing their jobs. And so there's like, you can hear audio of me on like the onboard microphone on my camcorder, like saying under my breath, like, fuck, what a fucking asshole, you know, as I'm like out of breath as I get up to run around and get a new angle and shit. I had to do that a few times throughout the whole ceremony. And that's just my complaints with him. Apparently he pissed off pretty much everyone at the whole ceremony. Not only for the fact that he was late for the ceremony, but like, he would take way too long to shoot photographs. Like he would give his subjects a lesson in photography, walking everyone through his process while everyone's holding a forced pose and just going like, yeah, whatever, dude, just take the fucking picture. You know? It's like, just take it. No, you're not a photography professor. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you've got a job to do. Just do it. We've all got other... We could be saving a bunch of time and using that time to get more pictures. But anyway. And then, like, he had them, like, kneeling down on jagged rocks. Like, at, like, a lookout point on the top of this, like, mountain or whatever for another photo shoot. And, like, everyone was holding the pose awkwardly with their knees bleeding. Just like, take the picture. What are you doing? Come on. And, just all his dumb ideas about what a fun photograph is. You know? Whereas I'm much more interested in the stuff that happens in between, you know? The points where they let their guard down and they forget they're on camera, and like they're 1 second they'll be holding a forced smile for a picture that they don't really want to pose for, and then it's over, and then they just kind of laugh and genuinely smile and chit chat with the people around them. It's like, that's the good shit, you know? That's the stuff I want to get. And then there's this moment at the reception as well. So there's, you know, everyone's having dinner, right? And then there's like a stairway leading up to the spruce room, which is the same room where the bride gets ready. So anyway, the bride's already ready at this point. Like, the ceremony's been done, right? And so everyone's back at this like reception hall ready to have dinner, and the bridal party is upstairs. Everyone else is downstairs at tables getting ready to eat, and the bridal party's upstairs in the spruce room, and they're ready to come down the stairs, right? And so I go in, and I get a little footage of them waiting, and then I find out, like, okay, we're going to walk down in 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I walk down, and I talk to the MC, and I make sure they're on the same page. It's like, okay, cool. Bridal party's coming down soon. So then I walk to the base of the stairway so I can catch the bridal party coming down the stairs, right? Because that's a significant beat of the whole wedding day, is the bridal party approaching the dining hall, right? And they're coming down a flight of stairs, so I want to get that beat. So I walk to the base of the stairs, and I'm waiting for them because I know they're minutes away. So anyway, as I'm standing there, the table nearest me, right, there's a bunch of girls sitting around it, and on the other side of it is the photographer. So he comes along, and he pulls out his camera, and he tries to get a shot of all the girls sitting at the table, and I'm in his shot, right? And so he sees that I'm in his shot, and he lowers the camera, and he starts staring at me with a bit of a tilt in his head, like this, as in, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my shot, basically. So he was holding that position, waiting for me to catch his look. And so I'm standing by the base of the stairs, I'm looking around, and I see him looking at me, and I'm staring at him, and I don't move. I just lift my eyebrows, and I'm like, Hey, what's... I didn't say anything, but I just did that. As in, like, hey, what's up, buddy? I'm not fucking moving. you want to... Why don't you do what I did? You know, now you know how I fucking feel back at the ceremony when you were waltzing into my fucking shots like Danny DeVito in Batman Returns, like the fucking penguin, just like, wah, 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 plops himself down and right in front of my camera, doesn't give a fuck about me, the fact that I have to run around and get a new angle. It's like, now you know how it feels. Why don't you do the same fucking thing? Get a new angle. You're professional or not. You're just gonna stand there looking grumpy that I'm in your fucking shot? You should be where I am, you fucking idiot. The bridal party's coming downstairs. They're gonna want photographs of that. What are you doing fucking around with the guests? Dipshit. So then he caves. And then he looks around. He leans towards the girls and he says, I'll be back later. I'll come back for another shot of you guys later. And then, of course, the bridal party comes down, and then he runs to get, like, a good shot of it. And he knocked over, like, an ornament on one of the fucking tables because the speeches ended, and then the couple went to cut the cake, and his fat ass realized that he needed to get a shot of that. So then he stood up from the table in a hurry, not realizing that his camera strap was hooked around the fucking glass vase in the middle of his table or whatever the fuck it was. Knocked that over. Everyone's like, oh shit. And I have footage of his face where there's not a genuine look of remorse on his face when he realizes what he does. Instead, he does this face. As in, like, oh, I'm so cheeky. Look what I just did. Instead of like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, I was... It's like, oh, isn't this cute? Oh, this is so me. What a fucking douche. Anyway, yeah, that was my experience with the photographer. No, I don't want to show the footage. That's private. I'm just elaborating a little bit on what happened, and I don't want to show any footage. That's secure stuff. That's a client. Anyway, do you guys like that little rant there? From fans, you are just ranting. Yeah, he's an idiot. We get it. What, I'm an idiot? Please show the footage. No! God damn it. Show us the goods. No. John, I looked up the credits and I still can't find it. Tell me what fucking episode it is. 1, 2, or 3. Let me catch up on some super chats here. Admiral Icarus says, bite the foam, cuck. Thanks, Admiral, but no. I will not be biting the foam today. Or any day. Stop asking. QB Studios says, are you... Oh, sorry. Poglins for Life says, hello, world. Thanks, dude. I hope you like that episode. QB Studios says, are you going to update these podcasts on iTunes again soon? I didn't see number 29 on iTunes. Need some listening material from my commute. Yeah. I guess I should, hey? Oh, that's fuck. Can't you just load them up on YouTube? I guess people's subscriber feeds are... It's all like iTunes or Stitcher and like... Fuck, I don't know. Yeah. It just takes a while to re-render that shit, you know? Because that was like 5 hours. I might do it, yeah. Anyway, thanks, dude. Cameron Shelley says, did you pull out your Glock 19 and pistol whip him? No, I forgot my Glock, unfortunately. What are you going to do? John, you scare me sometimes. What did I do? It was good. Now tell the prom story. I just told you the prom story. Get out of here. Well, I guess that's a raptor. No, I don't like it. John, you are so much better than wedding videos. I get you need to make bank, but weddings are so horrible. No, these were fine. These were friends. Although I have been, based off of these videos that I just, or the video that I just did, I think people are going to be offering me more work because they liked what I made. So, hopefully those will be a little more few and far between. I don't want to do that regularly. I got other shit to do. I made good progress on episode 13's script, by the way. I have a broad outline done, and I finished a lot of the dialogue for the B plot of the episode. So now I've just got to work on the A plot. But there's a lot of work done there the past few days, which I'm happy about. So still working on that. It's the second episode. Okay, well, I'll look at that in a bit. Second episode, yeah, okay. Weddings suck because John and I are never going to have one. Aww. John, I quit my job today, and then you started streaming during what would have been my shift, so it was worth it. Oh, awesome. How does it feel to filming weddings knowing you'll never meet a grill to marry? Dude, I don't care. I still see it as a big trap anyway. Being single is cool. Don't you guys want to be cool like me? Papa John, when are you going to do the Ocarina stream? Really looking forward to that shit. I'll do it tonight. I'll start it tonight. And then I'll go to whatever time. Might even go pretty late. I'm willing to go late as fuck tonight, so we'll see. If you guys are willing to stick around for that. Have you been watching Westworld, and if yes, do you have any idea what the hell is going on? I haven't started watching it yet. I'm intrigued, though. I heard mixed opinions, but I am interested. I would definitely want to watch that at some point. Going to be asleep when Ocarina. You pussy. John, you gonna beat the game. I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna try and blow through the whole fucking thing. See how well I remember it. I'm pretty good with it. Let me look at what else I have written down here to talk about. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about Pokemon. Pokemon. How many of you guys are Pokemon fans? Did you guys watch the TV show? Did you guys play the card game? Do you guys still play the card game? I saw a kid the other day with Pokemon cards. I was happy that was still the thing. I'm like, that's fucking cool. No, I'm not doing 100% Ocarina of Time run. Getting all the heart pieces and shit. Just the main shit, you know? Yes, I have collected all 20 hearts, though. But I just mean, like, I'm just gonna, like, do all the main things required to progress. Like, I don't care about the big Goron sword and heart pieces and shit. Okay, well, the thing I wanted to talk about with Pokemon is, I'm so sick of the Pokemon game campaigns. Okay? These fucking... are you guys playing the the 3DS games, the Pokemon on 3DS games, like most recently Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. There's a Switch version that's going to come out. I think that's the next thing. But I am so sick of the bad guys in Pokemon games. They're all fucking terrible every time. But I know Nintendo is capable of writing something way more compelling. They do it for Zelda. Why can't they do it for fucking Pokemon? It's one of their flagship things. Like, how hard is it to create a villain that's actually interesting instead of just like Team Skull or Team whatever bunch of batch of retards that are so flimsily motivated, you know? It was literally a parody with Team Skull and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Team Skull sucks. Get out of here. Are you fucking kidding? They are hilarious. Like, cause it seemed like such a satire of itself with such contempt. It's like, what? Instead of doing this, why don't you just make a villain that's actually interesting? Instead of just generic grunts, you know, placed against the backdrop of a story that's not really complicated ever. For the most part, all the Pokemon campaigns are just super, super linear. Like, not even just in a gameplay sense, but like just emotionally. There's no stakes. It feels like it's just, you're on this island, go do this asshole's tasks, and be the big kahuna or whatever the fuck it is, and then surf to the next island and do the same thing. Like, that's it. There's like a slight complication halfway through with the central, whatever the fuck it is, company that's doing some weird spacey sci-fi shit with the Pokemon. I can't remember what it is. It's so forgettable, you know? They're trying to open a portal or something. Because they're trying to find the Giga Beasts or the Giga Pokemon or whatever the fuck. Okay, they can do better. Why? What's the point of satirizing themselves? The more interesting route is to just make a villain that's compelling. Because you can do something interesting with Pokemon. You know? Like, how about having a bad guy who wants to, like, stop all the Pokemon from fighting each other? You know? That would go against the foundations of Pokemon's gameplay and also provide the game with a villain that has an understandable point of view. Where you're just like, hey, the guy has a point. That's interesting. You know? And juxtapose that with the gameplay of making the Pokemon fight each other. Something like that, you know? Or like something interesting in the story. Like maybe a Pokemon Center blows up or something. Like maybe you're about to approach a Pokemon Center and then it's like a scripted event, but you don't expect it, right? It's just like, oh shit, who could have done this? And then it forces you on another route in the story. It's all the Pokemon games are just so fucking straightforward and blah, you know? Island 1, Island 2, Island 3, Island 4, Victory Road, Elite 4, Big Bad Guy, whoever it is, game over. And then maybe like a safari mode at the end where you catch whatever the fuck or whatever. That's another thing that pisses me off about Pokemon is the amount of fucking features. I've lost track of all the features in the 3DS Pokemon. There's way too much shit. You know? And everything's like, you if you want to play this mode, you've got to like go into your nav finder and connect to the internet and then find this particular guy in this particular tent who you talk to him, and then you go to the second dialogue box and then you answer yes to his question, and then he gives you 2 tokens to spend on some other fucking thing. Out like you go out and you go into this other dude's tent, or you go into the main game and you run around the grass. If you like, what I can't keep track of this shit. All the different fucking features is like every step you take in that game, it introduces a new fucking mechanic where it's like press the left trigger to fucking run around with your dick in your hand. Like the photo thing and like the dress up your Pokemon thing and just all the fucking mini games and like pet and scratch your Pokemon and feed it things and throw it on a fucking island somewhere so it can be babysat, so you can min-max their stats or whatever the fuck that is. That's just a headache, man. You just lose me with that much. I prefer a much more simpler experience. But maybe I'm just a pleb who's drinking too much fucking soy all the time. This isn't beer, by the way. I just injected all of these with pure Soylent. And ground up blue pills. And Pokemon Go. Does anyone still play that shit? Now and then I hear one of my friends like, I just caught a bunch of candies so I can get this, I can evolve this Pokemon. I'm like, who gives a shit? And why don't you play one of the DS games or the thing, fuck, even Pokemon Red on Game Boy. The original Game Boy is a better game than Pokemon Go. The original game on Pokemon on Game Boy, that actually had a good narrative too. I mean, as simplistic as it was, it did actually have an emotional arc with between your character and Gary Oak. There was actually a cool thematic in there about like treating your Pokemon properly as opposed to just wanting to win all the time. It was actually really cool, and it all came together in the end. And the last fight with Gary at the end of Victory Road is actually pretty awesome. I think so, anyway. And it's just everything's just been so lame since then. Honestly, shut the fuck up. No. Oh, you got an argument there, buddy? You got an argument there, bud? We need strong whammon in Pokemon. Strong whammon! Strong whammon! Whammon. I like strong whammon. I am whammon. Hear me roar. John, shut up. Oh. John, your lack of knowledge about Pokemon disturbs me. What don't I know? Pokemon is about the strategy aspect. Oh, yeah. Well, that's like the whole min-maxing thing, right? I mean, if you're going to be hardcore about it. But don't try to tell me that you need to be tactical to win the Pokemon campaign. Pokemon handheld is literally Mash A the game. Strategy. We gotta use the right strategy or I won't be able to beat Pokemon. What are you, retarded? Calm down, Alex Jones. Alex Jones is my Lord and Savior, okay? Okay there, buddy. John, why can't you just not talk during these podcasts? I'm just trying to watch the curtains. Oh, sorry about that. Am I in your way? Whoops. Game Boy Advance Pokemon was the GOAT. Which one was that? Was that like Silver and Gold? That was Game Boy Color, wasn't it? And Game Boy Advance was what? Fire Red, Leaf Green. And then there might have been like another set of two. I can't remember what. You better watch your microaggressions. Oh, whoops. John, you're drunk. Go home. Pokemon is turning the kids gay. It's okay, John. I understand that you suck at RPGs and it makes you butthurt. Well, what's sucking at RPGs? Not being able to beat one of the Ultima weapons in a Final Fantasy game? Because, yeah, you might be right. I might have trouble with that. But I can beat any fucking RPG. John, have you watched PewDiePie's stream fails? Sometimes, yeah. Those are pretty funny. When Ocarina playthrough? You guys want me to just do that? What do you guys want me to do? Do you guys like listening to me talk about bullshit right now, or do you want me to do something else? I can do a... Do you want me to do like a music tutorial? Do you want me to do... Or I can just jump straight to Ocarina, whatever. I don't mind jumping into that. Pokemon Fire Red and Sapphire were the shit. I think I played those. Yeah, those were cool. John, you know we love you, right? Dude, that's gay. Pokemon is literally the most game of all time. Yeah, it's pretty most, alright. Ocarina. Yes, Ocarina. Wow. Okay. Alright, fuck. Yeah, let's just do Ocarina then. Well... Tell you what, let me wrap up a few things. So I'll get to a few last things here before I do this, right? So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna wrap up. Do some super chats. Cover a couple more things on my list here, and then we'll close it up. And I'll stop this stream, and I'm gonna start a new one because I want the Ocarina playthrough to be its own thing, its own video. It's gonna have its own thumbnail and shit. So, okay. So. Let me just finish this off. Okay. So, P.O. Box. That's right. So a bunch of people have been wondering how they can support me in the way of, like, sending me shit. And I had said earlier that, I just bought a PS4, but I'd also like to get on Xbox One for the sake of the show at some point, so I can use it for Arby and the Chief, and I can just dick around with Halo 5, look at its machinima mode, and I can play some other games on there, typically shooting games. And so if someone has an Xbox One that they're not using, that they can send it my way, and I'll give them a shout out. I can open it up on the stream and shit. And yeah, if you want to send me a bomb or anthrax, yeah. I'd rather you didn't. Spare the lives of the poor people at the post office box who are going to have to deal with the flood of anthrax and mail bombs and dildos that are going to get shipped to their P.O. box address. But I'm paying them to rent the box, so I guess they just have to deal with it, don't they? So just try not to put too much anthrax in the envelopes, I guess I'm saying. Just dial it down on the anthrax, you know? So anyway, I've got a P.O. box address that I'll show you guys. And I want to try and be smart. I mean, send me whatever you want. If you want to send me something, then go ahead and do that. That'll be fucking cool, and I can open it up on the stream. But if you have an Xbox One lying around that you're not using and you want to send it my way, don't just do it. Email me first. Email me at jcjgraham@gmail.com and confirm that you have it, you're able to send it, and I'll confirm with you. Just so I don't have like 50 fucking Xbox Ones that people have sent, you know, needlessly. Like, we'll coordinate the sending of one if somebody has one. And yeah, so I'll show you the address just now. So drum roll, here it is. Boom. P.O. Box 33534 Central City Post Office, Surrey, BC. You got something you want to send to me? Send it to that address, okay? So again, go easy on the anthrax, please. Anyway, there you go. And what else do I have to talk about here? I want to do in the future. I want to do more N64 games too. I want to spend a bit of time with Super Mario 64 at some point. Majora's Mask as well, and Castlevania 64. That's one I want to play through. I have a weird fixation with that game. And also Minority Report on PlayStation 2. That's another game I want to stream. And it's fucking awesome if you haven't played it. But for those who haven't seen that game being played, you're in for a treat. But that'll be another day. Today we're going to do Ocarina of Time. So I can donate 3 cans of root beer, a button, and a spoon that's only been used once. Well, that sounds great. You want a mail order bride? Yes, please. A hentai body pillow, please. Send whatever you want. Like, whatever. I don't know. Just nothing ridiculous. Or nothing huge. You know? It's just like something I can get in my car. something that's not too gross or offensive. Don't send any, like... I mean, if you're gonna send, like, some kind of liquid... Like, just make sure it's some substance that isn't gonna... The pressure, like... Because you know how you send some, like... If you send, like, some bottled liquids and then it gets sent over an airline, the air pressure will make the bottles pop and then the liquid that's inside just spills all over the fucking place. So, like, be cautious about, like, the packaging. Whatever the fuck it is you want to send, you know? Something that's not going to, like, blow up and leak because of a change in air pressure or something like that. Just be careful with that shit. Or don't send anything too fragile, or if you do, just bubble wrap the shit out of it or whatever, you know. Anyway, that's enough of that. There's the address. You have it, so. All right. So before I close this video, I just want to go over my links in case you haven't. Go to my fucking website, imaginativelogo.com. Digital Fear, my YouTube channel, aka John CJG. Go follow me on fucking YouTube. Subscribe to me or follow me or whatever on fucking SoundCloud and fucking Twitch. And I got podcasts and soundtracks on iTunes, so you can follow me on fucking iTunes. I think I know my tracks are on Spotify, but like I don't know if I have an account on Spotify that you can follow me on and you can follow my music through there somehow. I don't know really how that works, but I have a bunch of tracks on Spotify. Follow my fucking ass on fucking Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Go to my little URL there. There's my email. If you got an Xbox One you want to send me, just email me first, and if I confirm with you, then we can talk about sending that over. So thanks in advance to anyone who wants to help me out with that. And then, of course, patreon.com/jcjgraham. If you want to help me out, you can be like for like $1, you get like downloadable scripts for all my episodes and stuff. There's a bunch of bonus episodes you can get access to at the higher tiers. And then you can get a producer listing. That's the other thing. So I want to take a minute to just thank all my producers on Patreon, which are here. I ended up just screen capping this shit because, like, the last time I did this, I missed somebody's name. And I was like, fuck, man. Well, I already rendered the episode, and it, you know, if I delete it now and I re-upload it, everyone's going to be wondering what the fuck's going on, and then it's just kind of a headache, so I don't really want to do that again. So I'm just going to screen cap these and then just post it on a slate here. So these are the remarkable individuals who are helping me out on Patreon as $20 backers, and you can be one of these lucky people. But of course, people are already giving me a shitload on Super Chat, and so if you just want to stick with the Super Chat and have your Super Chats read out on here, that's fine. However you want to help me out, you've got a number of options, and if you just want to send me something, you can do that to the PO box, or if you just want to call me a cuck and enjoy my content and not really send me anything, then you're perfectly welcome to do that too, and go fuck yourself. All right, there you go. So I'm actually just gonna thank everyone one by one here because I haven't really done that. So Patreon producers: Neil Parsons, Matt Pierce, Tobias Edverson, Ian Michael Wardle, Cupnup, Spelling Champion, spelled wrong, Fionn O'Gorman, James J. Robertson, Tanner Gowan, Steven Santello, Captain Desi, Jesse Espinoza, Kari Harris, I think the name is. Kari, am I saying that right? John Zager, Daniel, Tech Priest Consus, Darren Carberry, Marlon Velasquez, Cathal O'Hara, Shane Abrams, Colton Martinez, Brandon Urbano. Sorry, this font's just a little tiny. Michael Dippy, Brandon Vancour, Ash Anderson, Adam Dickinson, John Bazniak, David, Daniel Mamroth, Nicholas Brooks, Jack Loco, Rev Ultimatum, Jack Turner, Liam Phillips, Aiden Forsyth, Peter Bradley, Kelsey Hughes, Chassim, Noob Remover, Edwin Mikkel? Fuck, what does that say? I gotta lean in too far. Edwin Mikkel, I think. Frosty Skunk, Seth Edwards, Conrad Jane, Jesse McEwen, Nick Crucifix, Matthew Coleman, Carrie. Oh, I put Carrie twice, didn't I? Is Kay Harris and Carrie Harris? Are those two different people? No, they might be. Oh no, they might be the same but different accounts. Joseph Thomas, Joshua Watson, Francois Mathot, Ryan Weiland, Charles Hopper, and Chris Armienti. Thank you guys so much for all your support throughout the months. I really appreciate it. I hope you've been enjoying all the episodes so far. There's more to come. I hope you've been enjoying the podcasts and all the music and shit. That's another thing for Patreonies. There's like music downloads and shit. So if you like the music that you're hearing right now, that's all available for download for people on Patreon, and then also through iTunes too. If you want to just buy tracks through there are a bunch of them on there. So there you go. Okay, so that was the end of this episode. I'm gonna start the stream again soon, where we're gonna play Ocarina of Time. Okay, so just give me a few minutes with that. And did I get all the super chats? Hang on, let me just finish off super chats here. Cash says, recently quit smoking. Light up a crack joint for me. Oh, thanks, dude. I don't smoke crack, only heroin. Ladies MN54 says, John, I'm a long-time fan since the first Master Chief Sucks at Halo. You have lots of talent. Contact me and I'll contribute a lot of $ for your Xbox One. Well, that's the thing. I'm not really keen. Like, I only want the Xbox One for the sake of the show and to fuck around with Halo 5 and to play a few multiplayer games that I know my friends will get also on Xbox One. So I want to be able to play with them, like Red Dead Redemption. But, like, for the most part, I'm a PS4 fan. That's why I bought the PS4. But I don't really want to buy two consoles one after another. So if one of you guys has an Xbox One that's just lying around and you're not using it anymore, because I've had offers like that in the past, then just send it to me and I can make some use. I can get some use out of it. So there we go. That's the end of that episode. Thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna do the Ocarina of Time stream pretty soon, quick. So I hope you guys tune in. And okay. You guys good? How many viewers are we at? 132? And I'm about to lose them all now, because I'm about to go offline. But I'll be back. We're coming back, fellas. So stay tuned soon. We're going to do Ocarina of Time. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace.